Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Sunday morning for a little breakfast and baseball for Day 3 of the 2026 North Dakota State B Legion Tournament here on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller alongside with Brent Dick here from Lisbon Fire Department Field at Sandager Park in Lisbon. And welcome to our Chris Moe Nodak Insurance Company Agency pregame report. We take a look at the matchups here today. 2 teams have been eliminated with Lemoore and Velva. 3 teams will join them as well after the conclusion of today. And we'll be down to 3 teams remaining entering play tomorrow afternoon. Thompson, Burlington for our first matchup here in the elimination portion of the bracket. The winner will play at 6 o'clock here later tonight against the winner of our next game with Lisbon and Edgeley. So simply put, for the first 2 games, you hope for a long day at the ballpark, and one of the 4 teams will win back-to-back games and be part of the top 3 in the state. If you win here in this first game, you're top 4 no matter what. Well, for Grafton and Garrison, simply put, if you win today, you're in the driver's seat for the rest of the tournament. You're going to be in the championship. You know you're going to be playing at least until Tuesday if needed, but also if you win that, you're a top 2 team in the state of North Dakota as well here at the State B Legion Tournament. Brent, taking a look at Day 1 and Day number 2, Brent, I guess same question that I asked you yesterday to begin with. Was there a team? Was there a performance? Was there a player that kind of stood out to you yesterday to get the bracket where we have it today with, again, Burlington, Thompson in an elimination game, Lemoore alongside with Edgeley, and then Garrison and Grafton playing in that 2-0 matchup here. Britt.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with our hometown favorite here with Lisbon Post 7. Just Jordan Bittner coming out. Lisbon had a rough first day there. Booted the ball around quite a bit. I think they almost had more errors in that game than they had hits, but Jordan comes in yesterday, kind of a question mark. Hadn't been out on the mound too much during the regular season, battling injuries, but just came out. 12 strikeouts, leads the tournament as far as pitching is with the 12 strikeouts there. So great performance yesterday by Jordan Bittner. And then just looking at Grafton, you had Cruiser Burns out there knocking the ball around. We saw him the first day running the bases. He got caught a couple times, just taking some chances on the bases, but just, a couple just great performances all around by those 2 athletes. And then the other thing that that I'm kind of looking at is you'd think as you get deeper into the tournament, the pitching may be kind of falling off. But, man, yesterday those pitchers were just rocking it out there. I don't know if there was a bad performance yesterday. Just really just strong pitching by, all these teams that were in the tournament yesterday.
And I think we're still going to see some pretty good pitching here today. Now, obviously, you got to mix and match and try to find your way. But number one thing is you got to win. If you don't win, right, there's no tomorrow for these teams in our first 2 contests. Brent, specifically here for Thompson and Burlington, Abernathy pitched a whale of a game yesterday. Got the squeeze plays down, and Thompson was kind of 1 step forward, 2 steps back with how the ball was bouncing. 5 errors yesterday. We'll hear from Coach Solis about how Loyland and Anderson are doing in terms of the lineup card here this morning. But a biggest takeaway, I guess, from both teams yesterday was in Burlington's elimination game win, in which they were able to pick up that win over Lemoore 3-1, and then Thompson just kind of couldn't get things going offensively against Garrison, that 5-1 loss.
Yeah, Thompson's a great ball club, and some days you just it's just not your day, and yesterday just wasn't Thompson's day. But they've been here before. They're just going to come out here and they're going to compete because that's what they do. You heard Coach Solis yesterday in the interview just talking about he talked to his team the day before. Let's just play Thompson baseball, and if they can settle in and do that, they're going to be okay.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to our coaches' conversation as we'll hear from Brooks Brown from Burlington, the Bulldogs. We'll hear from Nate Solis from Thompson, all ahead of our starting lineups and the opening pitch here today from Lisbon. This is day number 3. We have 6 teams. We'll wind it down to 3 at the end of the day. That and more still to come here on yourliveevent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day 1. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Say goodbye to discomfort and say hello to reaching your full potential. At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness, Our diverse team of experts has your back in any phase of life. From the warm, friendly greeting to connecting with your therapist, Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness is the backbone of your health. High-quality care with a personal touch. Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness.
As we continue on the pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Nodak Insurance with Chris Moan Agency. It is Burlington and Thompson in our first game of day number 3 elimination game for both of these clubs. And we join us now, head coach here for the Burlington Bulldogs from District 2 again is Brooks Brown. And Brooks, for your team, let's just talk about Colin Abernathy on the mound yesterday. Did a really good job, obviously, but also that squeeze play to get a run in. He did a little bit of everything. Just what did you see from his performance?
Colin's always been a rock for us this past year. He's a really good pitcher. He plays everywhere in the infield. He's been amazing. He's been amazing. There's no other words for it. He can do anything you ask of him, and it's amazing. He was really efficient with his pitch count yesterday. Really good at being able to make quick innings, get it 1, 2, 3, and be able to just keep battling and finish out the game. Save some pitching for us for today, tomorrow, if we make it there. And then the squeeze play, they came out, they were talking on the mound, and we hadn't run a squeeze play all year, and I said, screw it, let's try it. And it just so happened that we had one of our fastest dudes on base, and he laid it down perfectly. It just ended up being exactly what we needed. Gave us a little bit of momentum going into those final couple innings.
We were talking about it yesterday. Burlington had tremendous success recently. Same thing for Thompson. So what's going to be a matchup with Thompson? It'll be a challenge here a little bit later on today.
It's the same as yesterday. We got to battle all 7 innings. We can't give an inch. We got to keep battling, keep battling, keep battling. There's not much else to say other than they're a really good baseball team. They're a really good baseball town. We just gotta keep going. We got to keep going. We got to keep playing our best ball and keep putting balls in play. Our bats haven't been there quite yet, and I'm hoping they wake up a little bit more today. I think we finally got over the 10-hit mark after 2 games, so we need to swing it, and we need to hold them to as few runs as we can.
Let's talk about your catcher here with Drew Rodacher. What does he just do for the squad behind the plate in terms of whether it's base runners or just being a valuable resource there for the pitchers throughout the course of a game?
Ironically, I've called him Cap all year. He's one of our oldest dudes, and he really is the captain of the team. He comes out and he dictates the field. I've talked with him about coaching later on in the future. He's going to be an excellent coach. He's a great dude, and he knows exactly what to do. Me and him, we butt heads sometimes on calling pitches, but we're both calling the exact same thing, so it ends up working out. He's just a great leader out on the field, and whenever he's out there, you can tell he knows what he's doing. He'll put guys where they need to be. It's great having basically an assistant coach on the field.
Final thing for you, Brooks, before I let you go, with the depth of this ballpark, is it any conversations with the outfielders that's differently than maybe at your home park or what you see throughout the course of the year? Is it, hey, we know it's going to take a poke to get out to left center field and right center field, so what's the message to the guys either rounding the bases trying to get into scoring position, or for those outfielders trying to cut stuff off?
For outfielders, I just tell them play regular depth. We've got a really fast outfield, so they should be able to make it to any ball, and if it gets over their head, caps off to that hitter. That's a good hit. And we'll adjust their next at bat. Otherwise, when it comes to base running, tell them to keep their eye on the ball 24/7. As soon as someone slips up, we got to take advantage of that mistake. That's how we're going to win ball games, is by taking advantage of any mistake. And as for our field, our guys like to say any sort of pop-up is gone in Burlington because we got such a short porch. So any fly ball, gone in Burlington, infield fly, catcher pop, gone in Burlington. So it's a little bit different in that aspect, but we played at Corbett this summer, and that was another field that was pretty big. No one could get it out, and so we're okay with having a bigger field. We've got guys that can fly around and can go get it.
Brooks, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here today.
Thank you.
Again, from Burlington Bulldogs head coach Brooks Brown. We'll continue with more after this. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customers satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
As we continue on the pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Chris Moe with Nodak Insurance Company. Day 3 of the State B Legion tournament here in Lisbon. Survive in advance mode here for both the Burlington Bulldogs and Thompson as well. Thompson joined us, their head coach, that is Nate Solis. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. And Nate, before we were talking here before the interview, and even yesterday, Brett and I were saying sometimes the ball just doesn't find your way, and that kind of maybe was the name of the game yesterday in the loss. So what's the message to the team now, knowing that you're hoping for a long day at the ballpark here for Day 3?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it in pregame, and the ball just didn't bounce our way. What could go wrong yesterday did go wrong, and sometimes that's baseball, but also we have to be able to respond a little bit better. And some of that shot down to some inexperience in these moments, but you can't get experience unless something like that happens. And so you come today, and you got to be able to. Backs against the wall, you just got to go out and play our style of game. I mean, it doesn't have to. We got to be able to have better quality at bats right now. That's kind of it's a mental warfare with ourselves. It's not anything, other teams that we need to worry about right now. We need to worry about ourselves, and we've done it consistently for the most part this year. And we're just not doing it right now when we need it the most. But today's a new day.
Someone that has put the ball in play a couple times, does have a couple runs driven in, Thomas Schumacher here. Just what has he done at the plate, but also in the field for you this season here, Solis?
Well, he keeps that shortstop position stable, and that you got, in my opinion, the best shortstop at this level in the state. You get winding down in these tournament times, and you're thinking championships and prepping for that, and then you also goes in the back of your mind of, well, this is the last time that we're going to see Thomas in a Thompson uniform, and just good perspective, and you just want to keep playing for guys like him, guys like Jeremy Tice that have been here and done that, and that was the message at the start of the week here too, is we want to give these guys the way out right off into the sunset, if you will, and so that he's meant a lot to us in terms of obviously on the field too, but leadership as well in these moments, and we're going to lean on him heavily. Hopefully over the next 5 games.
Burlington's playing a couple tight games as well here, a couple one-run games, and kind of found a way to get through it yesterday in a 2-run win. Just what have you kind of seen from Burlington, a team that has really good high school success, has been there, done that. Their state team made it to Babe Ruth last year in Lemoore, and obviously their team makes it here. So what's just going to be a challenge later today, Souls, from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, a good team. Obviously, you're going to see good teams in the postseason and state tournament. So we're familiar with their success, but I think, as we've gone the last few days, is I think the message to the guys, and I think they're, it's in the back of their mind too, is yes, we got to be able to be prepared for Burlington, but we got to be able to figure out things ourselves. So that was the message, is we got to look in the mirror last night and reflect about what's my role, what can I do well to help the team. Am I a guy that gets on base by playing small ball? Am I a guy that steals bases? Am I a guy that's got to drive in runners when there's runners in the scoring position? Obviously, hopefully everybody does that, right? But especially our best hitters, it's a challenge to them that in those big moments with our best hitters up, we got to be able to deliver. We haven't done that, but like I said, today is a new day.
Final thing for head coach Nate Solis, I'm sure you got some text messages and phone calls about R.J. Anderson and Mr. Loyland as well yesterday with Caden. Just first things first, are they available to pinch run, be out on the roster? Just kind of, I'm not saying go full detail on the injuries here, Nate, but just are they available, I guess, here for Day 3?
Yeah, we're gonna see how warm-ups go here. Hopeful that they are. Depending on matchups and things like that, that might vary a little bit. But hoping that they're going to be able to give it a go in some capacity for us. But yeah, all good news in terms of medical, X-rays, all that good stuff. Everything's clear there. So hoping they're available today in some capacity, and that they're going to contribute at a high level.
Nate, as always, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here today.
Thanks, Chase.
That again, Coach Solis from Thompson. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve, one transaction one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore has job openings for the following positions: RN, LPN, CNA, and Activities Assistant. To apply or receive more information, scan the QR code now on screen or call 701-883-5363. That's 701-883-5363 for job opportunities at Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we come back here on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Chris Moe with Nodak Insurance Company, your agent with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County. Well, name of the game might be who can hit the ball a little bit better today. In 2 games, Thompson has batted .215, 11 of 51 with just 4 runs scored in 2 games. Well, for Burlington, they've batted .207 for 11 of 53 in 2 games here at the state tournament, 7 runs scored. And part of Burlington was they struck out in the double digits against Edgeley, 20 strikeouts, 10 walks. Thompson, only 9 team strikeouts, but only 4 walks. So, Brent, we've said pitching a lot, and obviously when you get to this time of the year, you know you're going to see some good pitchers, and that's what we've been able to see. So the question is, can you get the bats rolling, either manufacturing runs? We haven't seen a lot of doubles and triples here in this tournament. No home runs yet, waiting for that. So does that change the mentality of maybe how you're coming into day 3 of this tournament?
Yeah, I mean, day 1 we saw Thompson really aggressive at the plate. We were pretty impressed by that. They put up a couple runs right away, but since then, just like you talked about, their bats have been kind of quiet. They were carved up yesterday, out at the plate. So they just have to look, kind of like you're talking about. They just, have to have patience at the plate, good pitch selection, and get on base and make something happen.
As we take a look, coming up, congratulations goes out to Fargo Post 2 as they won the championship of the AA state tournament in the second winner-take-all game against West Fargo. So congratulations again goes to Post 2 with that win, automatically qualifying for the Central Plains Regional. Well, for the State A tournament that's going on in Williston, the team that's got everything in front of them is Devils Lake. They'll play Castleton, but if Devils Lake wins, Castleton is officially done. If Devils Lake loses, then they'll go to an elimination game, so they're the team that has the game in hand. Then there is a loser-out game with Valley City and the Fargo Jets a little bit later on today. Their tournament will wrap up tomorrow with the championship. This tournament could possibly wrap up tomorrow or possibly Tuesday. Obviously, Mother Nature will have some stuff to stay involved with that, but also just what we're going to see on the baseball diamond here today as well. It's the Thompson Tommies and the Burlington Bulldogs here. Following this contest, we'll get to our next game. That'll feature, again, Lisbon and Edgeley. Roughly around 4 o'clock, it'll be Garrison and Grafton. Then the winner of this game will play the winner of our next game, as the winner of this will play a little brunch, and then they'll get to play a little supper baseball a little bit later on tonight. Final thing for us, Brent, take us through here the pitchers that are going to be on the mound. Aston Fisher here for Burlington. You're going to be seeing Grady Loyland here for Thompson. Maybe it's a pitcher, maybe it's a Tice, maybe it's a Rodocker. Who's an X factor, do you think, for these two teams respectively coming into this game here today, Brent?
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to go with Jeremy Tice for Thompson. The Coach Solis alluded to that, looking for his leadership on the field, and he's been there before. He's got a lot of experience experienced, and just looking for him to have a game here and lead that team.
And then from the Burlington perspective, we heard from their head coach saying Drew Rodocker's kind of been El Capitan. We've seen Kyler Fisher put the ball in play a little bit yesterday. So who's the guy on the Burlington team that you say, hey, if he can get going, they can have something productive here today?
Well, I kind of like that 1-2 punch at the top of the lineup there with the bats there with Cale Rodacker and his brother Drew Rodacker. So, just looking for that combination to, lead things off, get on base there, and produce some runs for him.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get to our starting lineups and the opening pitch here today. It's Thompson and Burlington. Winner's going to hope to hang around for the afternoon, while the loser, the season will come to a close. You win this game, you're top 4 in the state. If you lose this game, you'll finish top 6 after, again, Lemoore and Velva were eliminated yesterday in their elimination contest. Your agent with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County, that's Chris Moe, Nodak Insurance Company. Chase Miller and Brent Dick with you here from LFD Field at Sandager Park. Starting lineups, opening pitch. That is next.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their clothing and footwear department, featuring the brands of Brothers in Arms, Howitzer, Ariat, Cinch, and Twisted X Footwear. Emery Vistos Implement, everything and anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
Lemoore Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Head to Lemoore Hardware for in-store deals on Milwaukee tools and check out the new M18 Hot Shot Card Jumper Pack. And when you purchase certain Milwaukee M12 tools, receive a 2-amp battery for free. Plus, browse their Sweet Pickins section. You'll see brand new furniture and decor. Lemoore Hardware is your community one-stop shop. For more information, go online to LemooreHardware.com. That's LemooreHardware.com. Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore has job openings for the following positions: RN, LPN, CNA, and Activities Assistant. To apply or receive more information, scan the QR code now on screen or call 701-883-5363. That's 701-883-5363 for job opportunities at Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com, let's get to our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower-owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. Thompson at 17-9 on this season. They'll be the visiting team on the scoreboard, wearing their all-white attire here today with the green and numerals and lettering. Eli Gemmel, the third baseman, batting leadoff, with Dex Avdum, the catcher, will be batting second. Thomas Schumacher, the shortstop, batting third, with Jeremy Tyson, center field, will be batting cleanup. Caden Loyland, the right fielder, batting fifth, with Mac Michelson, the left fielder, batting sixth. Cooper Larson, the DH, batting seventh, with Jacob Olson, the second baseman, batting eighth. Eli Schumacher, the first baseman, batting ninth. And then Grady Loyland will be the pitcher today here for Thompson. Thompson head coach is Nate Solis. Our umpiring crew here on the bases, calling balls and strikes, Pat Adair, Eric Olson up the third base line, and then you got Scott Carlblum up the first base line here for our first of 2 games. In the elimination portion of this bracket, we'll get to the third elimination a little bit later on. I'm Chase Miller. He's Brent Dick. That's our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Shore Company. Ashton Fisher will take the mound here today for Burlington. Eli Gemmel 2 for 5 so far in the tournament with a run scored and a run driven in. Here for Thompson, opening pitch right on time at 10:30, and we're off and running for day number 3 here in Lisbon. Righty-righty matchup with Fisher. Drew Rodacker behind the plate. This one will miss for a ball. It's now 1-1. Hansen at third base. Got Abernathy, who was the winning pitcher yesterday for Burlington, over at shortstop. 1-1 pitch, off speed, got him out in front. This one is popped up to the second baseman as he will see this here and make the play. So able to make that play over the right-handed side is going to be the first out of the contest here. And for Burlington, making their way with Karhoff over there at second, Cal Rodacker at first, Bachmeyer in right field, Kyler Fisher in center, and Kilborn stands in left. As Dex Ovdem will take a strike, it's 0-1. Ashton Fisher gets the first guy to pop up. Now he has to go up against Dex, who's one of 7 so far here in the tournament. Sees this one miss inside for a ball. He was part of that state Babe Ruth championship for Thompson as they were out in Wofford City winning the state Babe Ruth title. Now you get to play Legion as well and be your starter there. So, Brett, when you go between the 2 programs, you get to play a lot of summer baseball.
Yeah, just extending that season, kind of like a young man's dream out there.
As you see the 2-1 offering on the way here from Fisher. This would be hit on the ground, and that's going to be towards the first baseman. Cale Rodacker trying to beat Dex. He slides and beats him. Good play there from Cale Rodacker because Fisher wasn't quite there to try to make the flip there,
No.
Brent, and that's always tough. Do you slide? Do you try to take one side of the base and not run into the runner? So really nice play.
Yeah, just made the right decision there. On-the-spot decision, hustled over there, got the out, 2 down.
2 down quickly as nothing has left the infield on a pop-out and a ground out. And now Tom Schumacher will step up to the plate. 2 for 4 in the tournament with 2 runs scored as Schumacher will take a breaking ball. That one will miss outside for a ball. It's 1-0. For Ashton Fisher, looking to locate is the name of the game right now in terms of his pitches. 1-0. That'll miss. Now 2-0. That's Thompson, the defending champs, until someone beats him twice, and Burlington trying to be that team. A 2-0 pitch, got the green light, hits one in the air to center. Kyler Fisher makes his way to right center field, and a tidy 9-10 pitch. First inning here for Fisher. 3 up, 3 down. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, it's Thompson scoreless, Burlington coming to the plate.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated. So you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Hit your finances right out of the park with Olson Accounting in Lisbon. Whether you're a farmer, small business owner, or individual taxpayer, Olson Accounting delivers professional financial services you can count on. Olson Accounting wishes the best to all teams in the State B Legion Tournament. Don't strike out with your finances. Step up to the plate with Olson Accounting, located at 210 Main Street in Lisbon, or call 701-683-2700.
As we come back here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota, go to dhb.bank. Thompson will take the field for the first time. Fisher 10 pitches to get through the top half, and we'll see what Grady Loyland can do on the mound here against this Burlington Bulldog lineup. Cale Rodacker batting leadoff at first with Drew Rodacker batting second. Kyler Fisher, the center fielder, third with Colin Abernathy in the cleanup role. Owen Hansen batting fifth with Ashton Fisher sixth. Brady Bachmeyer batting 7th with A.J. Kilborn 8th and Wesley Carhoff, the second baseman, batting 9th here this morning for the Bulldogs. As Grady Loyland rocks and delivers, this one called a strike, gets 0-1. Michelson in left field with Tyson center. Caden Loyland, who got hit on that comebacker back in right as he pitched yesterday in Thompson's loss against Garrison. Gemmel at third base with Thomas Schumacher over at short. This works out of the zone for a ball, 2-1. Olsen at second, Eli Schumacher at first base, and Dex Avdum again behind the plate. 2-1, looking to bunt. Yes, he did offer. It's now 2-2. Cal Rodacker so far in the tournament, 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored here for the Bulldogs. There's Grady Loyland with a 2-2 pitch. This would be hitting the air, a soft little blooper. The second baseman makes the catch. Oh, what a shoestring play by Olsen. Flashing the leather early here, Brent, on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, giving that pitcher a little bit more confidence. Got defense behind you just like that.
Well, we said it yesterday. Sometimes a defensive play can help you come back into the dugout and feel good and take it to the plate. And, well, that one off the bat, you thought it was going to be trouble, and Olsen takes a hit away. First pitch swinging. This one is Sky down the right field line. Who's giving chase? It'll be the first baseman. That'll go foul with Eli Schumacher. Foul ball brought to you in part by Olsen Accounting. Go to colsoncpa.com. That's the letter C, not S-E-E. colsoncpa.com. But going back to Olsen, make plays like that up the middle with Schumacher and Olsen. That can be a nice 1-2 combination throughout the day here, Brent, for Thompson.
Yep, we have no ball uncontested out there on the field.
0-1 pitch, breaking ball. That'll miss in the turf. It's 1-1. Drew himself a nice tournament behind the plate. So far, he's 1 of 6 batting as he takes this one for a ball, now 2-1. Thompson in 2 games, 14 innings, 11 hits, 7 runs with 8 walks and 20 strikeouts as a pitching staff. It's now 3-1. Grady Loyland, 3-1 pitch, delivers a strike, now 3-2. Drew taking all the way to see if he can get a free base. And now we'll see what the pitch here is from Grady. 3-2 pitch, hit on the ground. This will be a 3-hopper. Schumacher at shortstop tried to glove it. That'll be an error as Rodacker will reach base. That'll be the first error, and that's what cost Thompson yesterday. They committed 5 of them against Garrison. Runner aboard, though, for Burlington some way, somehow. Schumacher was there and just on that 3rd to 4th hop, Brent, and just kind of came up and hit the lip of the glove and kind of ate Schumacher up.
Yep, just took a bounce. That was hard to judge there, but a hard hit ball.
Well, speaking of hard hitting, this has been what Fisher's done. He's 4 for 7 here in the tournament. Rodacker stays put, first pitch swinging. This one is hitting the air to center. Tice takes a couple of steps over and makes the catch. Nice barreled up baseball there from Fisher. Fisher has 3 runs driven in to lead the team here in the second out as Colin Abernathy, your winning pitcher of record yesterday, and also had the suicide squeeze bunt as Riss will come on and courtesy run over at first here for Burlington. Talking with their head coach here earlier in the morning with Brooks Brownson. Yeah, we don't really run the bunt, but we said, why not? Why not put something out there? And Colin Abernathy hit it perfectly. As Abernathy takes a strike at the plate so far for Abernathy. He's 1 of 4 with 2 runs scored, and that 1 run driven in was off that little safety squeeze. The 0-1 popped up. See if it's playable. Avdum leaves the catcher's gear. Now it goes to Gemmel, and Gemmel in foul territory will make the play. A nice tidy inning for Grady Loyland as well. 14 pitches. There were no runs, no hits, 1 error with a runner left on base. We played 1 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. We're scoreless as we head to the second inning.
Let's talk about price. Yeah, we've heard it. Why would I pay more for Polar when Big Wireless is cheaper? Let's break it down. With us, you're not on hold with someone who's 3 states away. Your call goes to Kimberly, or Ashley, or Tamra, someone who lives right here. When your internet's down, we're not mailing you out a box. We're sending a real person, someone that knows your name and probably your dog's name too. So yeah, we're not the cheapest. We're the best experience. Polar Communications.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Chase Miller, Brent Dick with you here today in Lisbon, broadcasting from the Wallach Johnson Insurance Agency broadcast booth. Professional insurance with service with a personal touch. With locations in Lisbon, Gwinnett, and Rutland, go online to nd-insure.com. That's nd-insure.com with Grant Walt and the crew at Wallach Johnson Insurance Company. Nice day here in Lisbon. Just going to get hotter throughout the course of the day. Probably the warmest day here so far of the weekend. As Tice takes a good swing at it, missing 0-1. Tice in the tournament with a couple of hits so far. 2 for 6. Good pitching performance back on Friday night against Velva. As this one works outside for a ball 1-1. He was our player of the game with that pitching performance against the 39ers. 1 ball, 1 strike here for Ashton Fisher, who works from the stretch with nobody on. Foul tip, and it's 1-2. A little bit different. Fisher maybe doesn't have the zip that we've seen from Moylan, but that doesn't mean he can't be effective on the mound, Brent. As hit your spots, your locations. That's the name of the game sometimes, and changing elevations. As that'll work outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Tice trying to work the count against Fisher after he just needed 10 pitches to get through inning number 1. A 2-2. That'll be laced to center and down for a base hit. The 3rd hit for Tice here in the tournament. And that's our first hit of the game, brought to you in part by Chris Moe with Nodak Insurance Company. Chris can't prevent hits, but he can help alter life's curveballs. Chris Moe, your agent with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County, as Thompson gets a runner on to begin the 2nd inning. As they come up now with Cade Loyland. Cade Loyland yesterday was wheeling and dealing in that 2nd inning until that comebacker came off of his wrist. And, well, now he'll wear one on the right side. That's okay. He was hit on the left side yesterday. This time hit on the right. So now you get black and blue on both sides.
Right.
As Michelson will step up to the plate here. Runners at 2nd and 1st. And for Michelson in this contest or in this tournament so far, 1 of 6 with a run scored. Thompson looking to get that first run of the game as they get the first runner in scoring position here this morning. Looking to bunt. Good bunt up the 3rd baseline. It just hit the turf, or it hit the grass right on that edge of where it hits the dirt and the grass. And if that's maybe 3 inches to the right, Brent, that might have been in there for a base knock with that bunt attempt.
Yeah, it might be just how you rake out that line. So they're going perpendicular. So
I can see Solis just looking down the line and trying to help it out. It's like a field goal going to the upright, going, is it going to go?
Trying to steer it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll see what the play is on after that with the 3rd baseman now playing in with Hansen. The 0-1 pitch. Looking to bunt again. This one goes right back to the pitcher. Where will Fisher go? He'll go to first. So a sacrifice bunt to move the runners up with no outs. Runners in scoring position. Tice takes 3rd. Loyland to 2nd. Nice bunt here by Michelson. Playing the small ball game again, Thompson, they've only scored 4 runs here in the tournament. So now can Cooper Larson, the DH, deliver a hit as the infield will come in and try to gun out that run at home. 19th pitch here for Fisher on the mound. That'll be called a strike at top of the zone. It's now 0-1. Well, infield tight, hitter's delight, as Maury Wells would say, and that's exactly what Cooper Larson would like to do here, just get something out of the infield. The 0-1. That'll work outside for a ball. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Early on in the game, Brent, we're seeing the cat and mouse game a little bit here in the 2nd inning so far.
Yeah, a little strategery going on there by the coaches out there.
See the 1-1 pitch from Fisher as Tice takes his leave off of first. 1-1's going to be called a strike, 1 and 2. We have seen the squeeze play, both more of a safety squeeze. One was a suicide, but that didn't go well in this tournament so far. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Larson looking to put the ball in play. Fisher looking for a punch out. 1-2. This one goes foul up the first base side. That's an Olson County foul ball. And for Thompson, this is batter number 4 of the second inning after a 3-up, 3 down first for Fisher. 1-2, hit in the air. That's deep to left. Will it be playable? Kilborn will come and make the catch. Tice looking to take at third. Here's the relay throw. Not going to be in time. The secondary runner going to third base. Do they gun him out at third? Yes! Nice throw by Drew Rodocker, able to hit his man over at third base with Hansen. They get the sacrifice fly. Tice comes in to score, but Caden Loyland is hauled out at third base. So it is a double play in a different way, brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware. Lamore Hardware carries your everyday items from plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Go to LamoreHardware.com. That again is LamoreHardware.com for our double play. We'll take a break. New score as Thompson does take the lead, but Burlington with a nice twin killing to get out of the side.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
A new score on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. That is a 7-6-2-5 double play, so our blackout bingo card is getting fuller here at the State Legion Tournament. And now it goes here to the second inning where Owen Hansen, Ashton Fisher, and Brady Bachmeyer will dig in on the way here for Burlington. As Grady Loyland for a second inning of work. First pitch swinging. This one's going to be hit to the second baseman. Backhanded by Olson. Fires not in time. Olson tried his best Derek Jeter play, and he gave it everything. It's an infield hit. First hit of the game for Burlington.
Yeah, he was trying to go 2 for 2 on the web gems. They're just missing that one.
So a runner gets aboard here to open up the bottom of the second inning, just like we saw in the top of the first inning for Thompson. Now Owen Hansen will be at second base. Aston Fisher, the pitcher, will come up, and we'll see for Coach Brown what he wants to do. Little small ball or let Fisher hit away. That's what we call the strike. It's 0-1. So far, Brent, there's been some good defensive plays in an inning and a half between these two teams.
Yeah, that just gives your pitcher a heck of a lot more confidence out there.
As Loyland works from the stretch against Ashton Fisher. Taking a long look over. Ashton looking for his first hit of the tournament. 0 for 6 so far. Check swing. He went through the zone. Didn't matter anyway. Called a strike. It's 0-2. By the way, if you're the Dodgers, you just got even more better with Skubal pitching. Now making your way. Gave up 3 pretty good prospects, but everyone's going, really? The Dodgers are the modern-day Yankees is what it feels like. As the 0-2 offerings coming here from Loyland. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Fisher's retired, and there's one down. I gave him the old number 1 there, Brent, and Loyland won the battle with Fisher.
Yeah, Loyland came yesterday in relief, had a couple strikeouts. He's just continuing that pitching here today.
This one works outside for a ball. It's now 1-0. As we have Brady Bachmeyer to the plate. Bachmeyer 2 of 6 with a run scored so far for 2 games here for Burlington. As Grady Loyland quickly with the pick, easily able to get back over there is Owen Hansen as he's being held on again by Eli Schumacher. 1-0 in favor of Thompson in a win, and you get to sit around until about 6 o'clock. Try to win another game, lose, and you get to head home. This one hit down the line. Foul. Foul just down the line. Called by Pat Adair. Foul balls brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. With monthly accounting and payroll services, let Cindy and her staff give you a hand. Rely on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch number 21 upcoming. Has to be popped and fouled again. So 1-2 here to Brady Bachmeyer. A.J. Kilborn, Wesley Carhoff, then back to the top of the lineup here for the Bulldogs. 1 hops the catcher. Dix does a good job smothering it. Now 2-2. Both these teams made it to the state tournament in baseball as well, playing at Jack Brown Field in Jamestown. That was Delax Burlington, the Lakers, not just Burlington. And then Thompson able to play for that third-place game against Velva. 2-2. Able to blow another heater by him. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 here for Grady, and there's 2 down after a leadoff single.
Yeah, got him chasing the high fast one again on that.
Maybe like from Grady Loyland so far here, Brent.
Just a good job mixing up his pitches. You know, he knows what he's going to go to, finding his spot. So doing a great job on the mound.
Loyland with the pitch. This one going to be called a strike, paint in the corner. It's 0-1. A.J. Kilborn so far is 1 of 6 with a run scored here in 2 games at the state tournament. As Owen Hansen, we'll see if they say, let's dance a little bit and see if you get a stolen base. The answer is no. And Dex, again, just keeps that one around him. Almost like a goalie in hockey, right? You don't want that ball to ricochet out and, get a garbage goal. It's the same thing here. You don't want it to get through you and be just an easy 90 feet for the runner. 1-1 will miss out. Set it's 2-1. How much confidence that give you when you can break that curveball, knowing that a catcher's going to, block it behind you, Brent?
Yeah, just opens up or expands your pitch selection there out of the mound.
As Loyland with the 2-1. Got that fastball cooking.
Yep.
2-2. I don't know if it's cooking as much of an egg on a sunny day in a skillet, but it's cooking pretty good right now.
We could try it today and see which one's quicker.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Sometimes in a situation like this, you allow the runner to go on a hit and run. He'll stay put 2-2. That'll work outside. Now he'll leave early on a 3-2 count. Karhoff due up next if Kilborn can get on base. 1 hit so far here with Owen Hansen on that leadoff single to open up the inning here for Burlington. The payoff pitch. Missing low, and that's the first walk of the morning. Really good quality at bat there for A.J. Kilborn to get aboard. So runners at first and second right now with Hansen at second. And it goes to Karhoff here for Burlington. Karhoff 0 for 6 in the tournament. Will love that first hit to tie this game up here for Burlington. Loyland. That'll miss low for a ball. It's 1-0. And about the most wind that we've had coming in as well here, Brent, today in Lisbon.
Yeah, I think she's supposed to kick up to right around 18, 20 miles an hour today.
1-0, taking a healthy cut. It's 1-1. 331 down the left field line. You got 360 in the alley in left center, 376 to straightaway center, 373 to right center, and 323 down the right field line. The 1-1 check swing's not going to matter. Call a strike. It's 1-2, and Loyland 1 strike away from striking out the side and leaving some runners aboard. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Karhoff. Off speed, missing out of the zone. It's now 2-2 for Thompson in the top of the third. It'll be Olson, Eli, Schumacher, and Gemmel. 8, 9, and 1 batters due up here for Thompson. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and he strikes out the side. Third strikeout here for Loyland. There were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left as we played 2 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's Thompson 1, Burlington scoreless on YourLiveEvent.com.
Show your Bronco pride everywhere you go with the Bronco Spirit Card from American Bank and Trust in Lisbon, featuring the official Lisbon Bronco mascot logo. The Bronco Spirit Card lets you support Lisbon Public Schools every time you make a purchase. With each swipe of your Bronco Spirit Card, American Bank and Trust donates a percentage back to the school district to help fund projects of their choice. Stop by American Bank and Trust in Lisbon today and ask about the Bronco Spirit Card. Locally owned, community focused, Bronco proud, member FDIC.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Throughout the tournament, any stolen bases are brought to you in part by S&T Quick Stop in Thompson. Food and fuel fast with S&T Quick Stop in Thompson, our stolen base sponsor. As this one misses outside with Jacob Olson, Eli Schumacher, and Eli Gemmel. Jacob Olson so far here in the tournament, 1 of 6 with a run driven in here for Thompson. As Thompson looking to extend their lead as there's a high fly ball in the air to right. Coming on is Bachmeyer, and Bachmeyer makes the play. 2 pitches, Olsen is retired, and there's 1 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Schumacher will dig in here for Thompson, then goes back to the top lineup for Aston Fisher. Not too bad so far the first time through this lineup card in terms of what he's been able to do. Good plays behind him as well to finish off that double play. This one jams him, and it goes back to the right fielder. Who's going to call for it? The second baseman does in Karhoff in front of Bachmeyer. And 3 pitches, 2 outs. That's efficiency here for Fisher.
That is big-time efficiency. Getting 2 outs and 3 pitches. Can't ask for much more there.
First time through the lineup card, 2 2/3 innings of 1-hit baseball, 1 run that was earned, 1 walk, and no strikeouts here for Aston Fisher. First pitch swinging. This one goes underneath the glove of the third baseman here to Hansen. Eli Gemmel's going to have that one for a base knock on that, as Gemmel will get the single. As Gemmel will get aboard at first base. A nice swing there, goes right towards Hansen. Did have to make a little Olay attempt at it to his left. Just going to glove it.
Yeah, just a hard hit ball.
Second hit of the game here for Gemmel, as Dex will come up now. As Ovdom will take a ball, it's now 1-0. Dex does have some pop in his bat if he can get it. They are staying him to right center field and down the line. If he hits one down the left field line, he could run for a while. Here's a pick play. They got him in a pickle. He's going for second. Does he slide in safely? Yes, he does. Ashton Fisher to Rodacker. They had him, but Abernathy couldn't apply the tag as Gemmel, Brent, did the smart thing going towards the center field side of the base to get in there.
Yeah, kind of a swim move there, and great route selection to the base.
Stolen base brought to you in part by S&T Quick Stop as Thompson gets a runner in scoring position here in the 3rd, the 1-0. This will be a grounder. That'll go foul. It's now 1-1. Those are tough ones, right? If Fisher snaps it maybe a second earlier, you probably get him, but now it almost takes a perfect throw, and it was actually a better slide by Gemmel to get into second base.
Yeah, the throw was there.
Here's the 1-1. Hit in the air. This one will go to left, but right towards Kilborn, who's playing the wind. He comes on. Does he make the catch? Yes! Oh, what a play by Kilborn. Literally robbing an extra base hit and a run at that as the wind was pulling it towards the left field line. And Kilborn with another defensive gem here for Burlington in the 3rd inning. We played 2.5. It's still 1-love in favor of Thompson.
Say goodbye to discomfort and say hello to reaching your full potential. At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness, our diverse team of experts has your back in any phase of life. From the warm, friendly greeting to connecting with your therapist, Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness is the backbone of your health. High-quality care with a personal touch. Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
Let's take a look at our Hunter Insurance Agency bracket breakdown here on YourLiveEvent.com. Winner of this contest will play roughly at around 6 o'clock tonight in our final elimination game of the day against the winner of our next contest with Lisbon and Edgeley. That game's scheduled to have a first pitch at around 12:30. Might be a little bit earlier than that if this pace continues, but we'll see. Grafton Garrison in the semifinals at 4 o'clock. Winner automatically goes to the championship and really in the catbird seat moving forward throughout this tournament. That's brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. Call Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency or go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com. As this one missing for a ball, it's now going to be 1-1. Second time through the lineup card. Rodacker, and Fisher. Here's Kale. Kale check swing. Did not go through. It's 2-1. And Grady Loyland, 2 innings of work so far. 1 hit, a walk, and he struck out the side in the second. Swing and a miss. 2-2, and also Grady working quickly. 2-2 here for Loyland. Pitch number 39. That'll miss for a ball. Now 3-2, while his opponent, Ashton Fisher, has 30 pitches so far through 3 innings of work. 3-2 will be a walk. Back-to-back innings for Burlington that they've been able to get a leadoff batter aboard. Only problem was last inning, couldn't bring Owen Hansen in as he was stalled out at second base, but a nice walk there. Second one for Loyland on the mound as it goes now to Drew Rodacker. As Rodacker take a look at his coach up the third base line and see what the play's put on here. Bottom of the third inning as Loyland works from the stretch. Runner stays put. First pitch swinging, popped up, skied him. Dex takes a couple of steps up the first base line and nearly had to one hop the bat that was there as that one kind of tailed away from him and had to make the catch.
Yeah, I've seen the last couple, pop-ups or flyouts. The wind's definitely going to be a factor here today.
And a little cloud cover for the fans that would hope for some cloud cover, but mostly sunny skies when you're outside if you're not underneath a tent or a tree somewhere. Here's the pitch on the way. Breaking ball in there for a strike to Fisher. It's 0-1. Fisher flew out to center field, gave it a ride, but right to Tice his last time up in the first inning. Quick pick. Able to dive back safely is Cale Rodacker here. To Brent's point, Grady Loyland had 18 pitches yesterday. He get 135 in the tournament. As this one will miss for a ball, so we'll have to keep note of that as you'll have 117 pitches, not 120. He'll have 117. As this one's called a strike. It's 1-2, depending on how far that pitch count goes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down with Rodacker at first base. Fisher, that's Kyler, falls behind. 1-2, Dex does a good job of neating that one up. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch. Fastball, that one will be just off the table, now 3-2. I saw a full count with Cale, now seen a full count here with Kyler. (3-2). Foul ball, and we'll do it all over again here at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Loyland went to his go-to pitch, that high fastball, just missed him there. This last one fouled off.
As we'll see the 3-2 all over again. Runner stayed put last time. Will he do so here? The answer is yes. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking. Pat-Adair rings Kyle Fisher up, and that's out number 2. He came right back at him again, Brent.
Yep, not backing out. He wanted that strikeout.
Colin Abernathy will dig an 0 for 1 today with a pop out to Gemmel at third base his last time up. Loyland sees this one popped up. Loyland has a chance to come off the mound, feel his own position, and does it nicely. 1 quick pitch to finish off the inning. There were no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left. Burlington's left 4 runners on base so far through 3 innings. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, Thompson leads it by a run.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
As we come back here on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, Thompson with a 1-0 lead over Burlington right now as it stands. You have Schumacher, Tyson, Loyland, the heart of the lineup. 3, 4, and 5 batters due up here for Thompson. Ashton Fisher averaging 10 pitches per inning right now as he's at 30. Love that MSUM math coming in handy for you. As Fisher will see this one, and, well, he'll wear it. Schumacher hit by a pitch to open up the 4th inning.
Yeah, not how you want to start the inning.
He's given up 2 free passes today. Both have been the hit-by-pitch variety. Now it goes to Tice, who earned a single with a run scored back in the 2nd. If you're just joining us, Thompson had a nice 2nd inning, but it was a better defensive play on the twin-killing sacrifice fly by Cooper Larson, who drove in Tice, but then eventually Loyland was punched out at 3rd on the relay all the way to the catcher to the 3rd baseman. Long pause, the pitch. Tice will take a strike. It's 0-1. Tice, the center fielder here for the Tommies. We'll see. Not thinking a bunt out of Tice as a cleanup batter in this lineup. You're going to let this guy swing away. The 0-1. Tice takes a strike. Outer part, now 0-2. Almost kind of jabbed towards it a little bit. Reminded me of Luis Arraez when, he was with the Twins and how much he would dance in the batter's box at times. The 0-2 pitch upcoming here for Ashton Fisher. Runner's going to break for 2nd. It's a hit and run, and Tice fouls it off. That was a good lead by Schumacher. If that's called a strike or a ball, I'm not sure if you're going to get the runner at 2nd.
Right. Yeah, that would have been a hard pitch to handle either way.
Oh, curveball breaking on the inside part of the plate, and with a 0-2 count, Tice just battling, protecting, and stands right now. Ashton Fisher will look with the pick play, and Schumacher slides back in. Here from Lisbon, currently sunny skies. Seeing the wind right now, where if you're a left fielder, you're going to have to make your way down the left field line a little bit more, which means if you're in right, you got to have to come in and play a skosh as Tice hits another chopper foul, brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. As Thompson, Burlington, you win this game, you know you got a chance later today, and then if you can win that, you're top 3 bare minimum, but that bigger goal is still ahead of you, trying to get to Tuesday in that final championship. The 0-2. Tice got jammed, pops this one up to the 2nd baseman, Karhoff. Karhoff fights the sun, the wind, makes the play, 1 down. So big out there from the Burlington point of view here as you see Caden Loyland. Loyland was hit by a pitch in the right arm his last time up. He was out at 3rd base trying that tag from 2nd to 3rd again in the 2nd. As Fisher takes a couple looks. First pitch swinging. This one goes to right. Having to go through is the right fielder, Bachmeyer. Kyler Fisher makes way. Bachmeyer with the play, and Loyland is retired on the flyout, and there's 2 down. Good contact there from Loyland, but just with the wind blowing in today, Brent, that's going to make right center, right field even more of Bermuda's Triangle out there, so to speak.
Yeah, the ball just kind of hanging up there, getting caught up in there in the wind, man, just allowing those fielders out there to make the catch.
2 down as it stands here in the 4th with Mac Michelson. He had the sacrifice bunt to move the runners to 2nd and 3rd with 1 down in the 2nd. Pick play as Schumacher gets back safely. Burlington in the 4th will send Hansen, Fisher, and Bachmeyer. 5, 6, and 7 batters due up for the Bulldogs. Thompson at 17-9 on the season. Burlington 27-11 on the season here for the Bulldogs. As this one goes foul, it's 0-1. As Michelson falls behind the count. Ashton Fisher with the 0-1. Runners in a break for 2nd base. Here comes the throw, the tag, in time! Drew Rodocker with a honey of a throw to Abernathy, who had an equally impressive tag as Schumacher is caught stealing at 2nd base. That retires your side here in the top of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left as we have played 3.5 today. Thompson leads by 1.
The friendly staff at Lemoore Drugstore reminds you from prescription requests and OTC medication. You can find it all at Lemoore Drugstore. Download the app to make refilling your prescriptions more convenient. With school just around the corner, stop by Lemoore Drugstore to pick up everything you need on your back-to-school list. Located in the center of Lemoore in the Bank North Mall. For more information, go to LemooreDrugstore.com. That's LemooreDrugstore.com, or stop in and check them out.
As we come back here, we'll get to our Bank North in-game update. Here's a look at the line score. Thompson with 1 run in the second inning. Thompson 1 run on 2 hits. They've committed 1 error with a runner left on base. While for Burlington, they have yet to score a run, have 2 hits. They have committed no errors, and they've left 4 runners left on base so far here for Burlington. That's a look at your line score, brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So Hansen, Fisher, and Bachmeyer due up here again in the 4th inning against Grady Loyland. Loyland now to pitch 51 that he has. The pitch, looking to bunt. This one missing for a ball. It's 1-1. Doesn't matter if you win by 10 or you win by 1. Just got to find a way to win here in this contest. Hit on the ground. That'll go to the second baseman. A slow roller. That'll make its way for Olson, a Schumacher. 4-3 on the putout. 3 pitches. Hansen's retired as there's 1 down. Loyland's done a good job, as you said, Brent, yesterday coming in to finish the game for Thompson against a good hitting squad in Garrison, and he just kind of elevated that here against Burlington.
Yeah, keeping these batters out here, just keeping them guessing here from Burlington right now.
As Ashton Fisher struck out looking his last time up, wastes a little time here, takes a rip at it, fouls it back, it's 0-1. As Loyland able to come to the stretch position. Work more now from the windup, 0-1 pitch. Foul ball, it's 0-2.
Yeah, nice off-speed pitch there.
Also a reminder, we're not too far away from high school sports season. You can check out the first months of games on our website at yourliveevent.com. As August 21st, Thompson will host Mayport CG in their season opener. Freddie Schwab, the head coach, will have that game for you right here on yourliveevent.com. So check out our complete schedule. The 1-2, good breaking ball, better take, I think, by Fisher. It's now 2-2. TLC used to have a song go, "Don't go chasing waterfalls."
Yes.
Fisher did a good job not chasing. 2-2 popped in the air. Schumacher calls everybody off behind second. And there's 2 down. Bachmeyer 0 for 1 with a strikeout as well. Part of that strikeout of the side for Grady Loyland. He has 4 punch-outs so far this morning with 2 walks, just 1 hit. That was back with Owen Hansen. This goes foul back, and Burlington wasting little time here in the 4th inning, taking some cuts against Loyland on that first pitch. Loyland with the 0-1 call, the strike, gets 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here. See if Loyland goes off speed or comes back with that heater. Comes back with a heater in 3 pitches. Bachmeyer's retired, and Loyland's got his 5th strikeout of the morning. 3 up, 3 down inning. We played 4 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's Thompson 1, Burlington scoreless as we head to the top of the 5th inning.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. The dog days of summer are here and harvest has begun. Please stay safe this season. Summer also means heavily discounted shop, seed meter, and planter inspection rates. Cash and early order discounts pair with $50 per row rebate offered on new systems. And don't forget the fantastic interest rates, including 0% for 1 year. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 with any questions or visit planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
of double plays throughout the course of the tournament, brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware. We saw one earlier here today, not your traditional 4-6-3 or 6-4-3, but regardless, it was a twin killing. Lamore Hardware carries your everyday items from electrical, automotive, and more. Check them out at lamorehardware.com. That's lamorehardware.com. As this one goes foul, Mac Michelson, Cooper Larson, and then Jacob Olson. 6, 7, 8 batters for Thompson as we're here in the top of the 5th inning. 100 pitches between these two. Now it's 101 as this one's called a strike. It's 0-2. Fisher's been dealing. Most batters that he has faced in an inning is 4. Off-speed pitch, 1-2, a little bit different like we talked about with Loyland, who's maybe got a little more pop, but you can still be effective, Brent, some way, somehow on the mound.
Yeah, a lot of off-speed pitches out here right now.
Maybe the kitchen sink might be the term, so to speak, that you throw out there as this one misses 2-2.
Everything, including the kitchen sink.
2 balls and 2 strikes here for Ashton. As this is hit in the air, that could be trouble. It is down for a base hit down the right field line, as that'll be a single. So Mac Michelson gets a leadoff hit here for Thompson to open up the 5th inning. That's their 3rd hit of the game and their first since the 3rd inning when Eli Gemmel had a single. All the hits today for Thompson have been the single variety, but regardless, leadoff batter aboard here for Thompson as you get to Cooper Larson, who stands in, who hit into a double play, 7-6-2-5 last time up. Here's the pitch. This will be hit, and that one will make its way to center field and down for a base hit. I'll keep the carousel moving, if you will. Larson gets aboard with a single. So Michelson at second base, Larson at first base. Now it goes to Jacob Olson in a similar spot in the 2nd inning with runners at first and second. We saw the sacrifice bunt. We'll see what Coach Solis wants to do here and what is a pitcher's duel right now. As Olson flew out to the right fielder, Bachmeyer, his last time up in the 3rd inning. Hansen playing even with the bag at 3rd. There's the bunt, a beautiful bunt at that. Ashton Fisher barehands it, fires it to first in time for the out, but a sacrifice bunt does it nicely. Michelson to 3rd, Larson to 2nd, and that was textbook by Jacob Olson to move the runners up 90 feet.
Yeah, Burlington doing real good here with this bunt coverage, so making a nice play over there.
Yeah, for Ashton Fisher, that was difficult as we get our meeting on the mound brought to you in part by Riverside Building Center, the premier dealer for all of your building supplies from the basics to home improvement and complete game pre-built homes is Riverside Building Center. Stop by in Lisbon or go online to rbclisbon.com for all their homes and different improvements that you can make, again at rbclisbon.com. So runners at 2nd and 3rd. Eli Schumacher will come up, the number 9 batter, and then back to top of the lineup with Gemmel. So if you're the head coach here for Burlington, what is the message from Brooks Brown here, Brent, talking with the infield with runners at 2nd and 3rd?
Yeah, you're just, just going over the situation, letting everybody know, or just trying to work out what you're going to do defensively, and if the ball's put in play, where you're going to go with it.
As I was going to ask, can you pull the hidden ball trick? Have you seen that recently?
No.
Try to get an easy out at 2nd or 3rd base.
I thought about it myself during games. So, yeah.
Well, what is the rule again? You got to be off the mound for the hidden ball trick. Yeah. So everybody came on the mound, so take that one off. We haven't seen that, though. That would really fill the bingo card here in the tournament. As we'll see Eli Schumacher with the pop-out his last time up, infield coming in. And I mean in, especially on the right field, first and second base side. Those guys are a good 10 feet in on the grass.
Yeah, leaving nothing to chance if there's a bunt.
1 ball, no strikes, where runs have been hard to come by for both Burlington and Thompson in the tournament. And it's playing out here in Game 3 for both of them. As there's a swing and a miss, it's 1-1. Thompson scored 5 runs so far here in this tournament, including today, where Burlington scored 4 against Edgeley and then 3 against Lamore. So they put a little bit more runs up on the board, but not much, with 7 total. 1-1 from Fisher. Runners in a break. It's a suicide squeeze. Oh, what a play. Is this one fair? No, it's a foul ball. And in the words of the late, great Scott Miller, my, oh, my, because you couldn't have timed that one up any better with Schumacher dragging that bunt. And it just had enough spin on it, Brent, for it to go foul. Because if that didn't go foul, that was executed perfectly with the straight suicide squeeze.
Yeah.
1-2 now. And Schumacher has to recollect himself here after that squeeze play. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball laced in the air, and that's down for a base hit. 1 run will come in a score. Here comes Larson. He will stay put there, barehanded by Kyler Fisher. And better yet, Schumacher right up the middle, drives in the second run of the game, and Thompson takes a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, that was just a great recovery on that, man. Laid down that nice bunt, went foul, kind of took the wind out of the sails, but comes right back.
Now, bottom of the lineup in Larson and Schumacher, the 7 and 9 batters with both runs driven in as it goes back to Eli Gemmel. Runners at the corners, 1 down, and now for Thompson, it's time to get greedy. Up by 2 with runners at the corners. As Burlington looking to get out of this inning if they can turn 2 potentially. Fisher sees Gemmel follow this one off at 0-1. Talk about 30 seconds, though, for Eli Schumacher. You placed the suicide squeeze. You couldn't have done it any better. And then the very next pitch, you lace it up the middle, Brent.
Yep. Just like you were talking about. Hitter's delight.
When the infield comes in. Because this one works outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Gemmel so far today, a single with a stolen base back in the third. Popped out in inning number 1. Game that's 50 minutes old right now here in Lisbon. Gemmel will take one inside. It's now 2-1. How far can Thompson take the lead? Because Loyland is dealing right now on the mound, where 2 runs maybe feels like it's 4 runs. This will be hit in the air. Going to be interesting as this one plays with the wind. Who's going to call for it? It drops in for a base hit, as that was literally Bermuda's Triangle. Abernathy went out there, Kilborn with Kyler Fisher. Couldn't see anybody really calling for it there, Brent, at the end, as that will die in, and Gemmel gets the run driven in.
Yeah, once again, wind playing a factor, and that one just kind of hung up there.
So Cooper Larson comes in to score. Schumacher goes to second. That is called the duck snort or a can of corn. Regardless, it's a 3-0 lead here for Thompson. And now Thompson with a crooked number. They can really open up this game still with 1 out, one of your better hitters with Dex at the plate. Looking to bunt this one, pushes it up the third base side, and that is a fair ball. And there is a bunt that goes Thompson's way. That's almost like a shift bunt, even though the third baseman is there. But in the big leagues, you play the shift, and you just give it to him. And Dex immediately, Brent, able to push it. That was great.
Yeah, you're talking about the pitchers keeping some of these hitters off balance. Well, right now at the plate, Thompson's doing the number on Burlington.
Not really taking either a lot of deep counts as we got a courtesy runner coming in as R.J. Anderson will come on. Good to see R.J. in there after getting smoked in the face at third base yesterday. He's got a shiner under that eye. But bases are full right now. But to your point, Brent, doing a little bit of different ways here is Thompson.
Yeah, just finding a way to get on base, manufacturing runs, coming up with some big hits.
Small ball variety.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing has really left the infield too much.
Not much.
But a guy who can is Schumacher, and if he puts one down the line, that could open up this game here for Thompson. The pitch, Schumacher hits one foul. It's 0-1. So we have a single by Michelson. The same here for Cooper Larson. Sacrifice bunt by Olson. Eli Schumacher nearly bunted on the squeeze play, but then hit one in the air to center and got an RBI. Gemmel with an RBI, can of corn to left center, and then Dex Ovdom with a perfectly executed bunt to get on base. The 0-1. Hit in the air, high fly ball, but that is going to be slicing foul. Foul ball brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. Go to colsoncpa.com. In a game that feels like it's in the balance right now from a Burlington perspective. You need outs. Don't want to get this up to 5, maybe 6 runs. Where if you're Thompson, you're kind of looking for that old knockout blow right now here in the 5th. Working ahead is Ashton Fisher. This will be his 58th pitch. 0-2. Misses for a ball, now 1-2. If you had spin rate on these, all I know is Ashton Fisher's probably like the lead spin rate pitcher here in this tournament. Base is full for Tommies. Nowhere to put Thomas Schumacher. 1-2 pitch hit on the ground, and that one's going to be gloved by Hansen. Hansen quickly gets up, fires, throws. It's a run driven in. Burlington will take the out. Thompson will take the run. Schumacher, that's Eli, comes in to score. Gemmel goes to third, Anderson to second. 5-3 on the putout. 4 different batters with a run driven in for Thompson. Now it goes to Jeremy Tice. And after that will be Caden Loyland. Batter number 8 of the inning here for Thompson. Previous most day was 4 batters in an inning here against Fisher. Tice takes a big uppercut swing. This one with the wing could spell trouble. It's going into foul territory. The shortstop calls the third baseman off. Abernathy able to make the play. One pitch. Tice is retired, but not before Thompson scores 2 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors with 2 runners left on base. New score on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Thompson leads it by 4.
Show your Bronco pride everywhere you go with the Bronco Spirit Card from American Bank and Trust in Lisbon, featuring the official Lisbon Bronco mascot logo. The Bronco Spirit Card lets you support Lisbon Public Schools every time you make a purchase. With each swipe of your Bronco Spirit Card, American Bank and Trust donates a percentage back to the school district to help fund projects of their choice. Stop by American Bank and Trust in Lisbon today and ask about the Bronco Spirit Card. Locally owned, community focused, Bronco proud, member FDIC.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
For Thompson, it was 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 runners left on base. All single variety in that 5th inning as Kilborn falls behind now 0-2. Kilborn, Karhoff, and Cale Rodacher 8, 9, and 1 batters. Loyland right now on for his 5th inning of work here in this one. That'll miss for a ball. It's 1-2, and kind of where the pitches are currently and where you want him to go, hoping that he can finish off the game here from a Thompson point of view, because we're going to maybe play another game, if not more, here, and the more pitches you can get from a guy right now is going to be a little bit of a shot in the arm here. The 1-2 pitch upcoming to Kilborn, who walked his last time up, worked the count full, and he's battling right now, fouling off another one at 1-2. Burlington, they've found ways to get on base, just not in to home plate. They've left 4 runners on so far. 1-2 pitch will miss outside for a ball, now 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Works outside now 3-2. As Kilborn looking to get on board. Here's the 3-2 offering. Not taking the high fastball. Back-to-back walks for Kilborn here. The third one granted by Loyland. That was a really good at-bat by Kilborn, Brent, fouling off some pitches, especially after fouling behind in the count.
Yeah, just good plate discipline up there.
As Karhoff will come up now, and if you're Burlington, you got 9 outs to work with to get 4 runs as it currently stands. But they're looking to put something in consecutive order like Thompson just did. Here's a bunt opportunity. It's going to go right back to the pitcher. Loyland with an easy play over. We'll make that to Eli Schumacher. So sacrifice bunt does move up the runner, but you do give up an out in that situation. Won't matter as much if you can get the Rodacher brothers to come up and try to drive him on in.
Yeah, I think they're looking, just trying to get 1 run across. 1 hit, 1 run at a time.
Loyland steps off second base as Dex Obdam will come out and talk it over on the mound. Brought to you in part by Riverside Building Center. Loyland 4 1/3 innings so far through 2 times through the lineup card. He's given up just 1 hit, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. That hit was by Owen Hansen back in the 2nd inning. Go to Riverside Building Center website, online to rbclisbon.com. This will be hit on the ground. That'll go a low roller to Gemmel. Gemmel quickly fires, throws, makes a nice play. 5-3 runner can advance. So Cale Rodacher is retired, and there's 2 down. Also, from a Loyland perspective, you'll take 1 pitch and get an out here. Give yourself a little bit more room to work with Drew coming up to the plate. As Lisbon and Edgeley, roughly 25 minutes after this game wraps up, due up next here in Lisbon for game number 10 of the tournament. Loyland sees this one hit right back to him, and Loyland able to field his position and get out of the inning unscathed. No runs, no hits, no errors of the runner left. We played 5 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Thompson leads it by 4.
Say goodbye to discomfort and say hello to reaching your full potential. At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness, our diverse team of experts has your back in any phase of life. From the warm, friendly greeting to connecting with your therapist, Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness is the backbone of your health. High-quality care with a personal touch. Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
Make sure you patronize all of our sponsors. Without them, we will not be able to bring you the State B Legion Baseball Tournament right here on YourLiveEvent.com. Thanks to Sarah Lyons and what she's done behind the scenes here as Tournament Director in Lisbon as well. Chase Miller with Brent Dick with you here in Lisbon. Brent, so far 5 innings, just your kind of thoughts on how Thompson's been able to build this 4-0 lead and where they've been able to go right now. What's your biggest takeaway so far in the game?
Yeah, just going back to Coach's comments, Coach Solis just talking about, just wanted to play Thompson baseball. And I think what you're seeing out on the field is what you would call Thompson baseball. They're able to get the hits, get the runners on the base, play a little bit of small ball, and just playing good baseball overall.
Caden Loyland will come up now to open up the 6th inning. First pitch swinging, Loyland hits one in the air to right. This one going back, and eventually the right fielder keeps going back, and Loyland sends it, but Bachmeyer able to make the play in right field. Loyland gave it a little bit of an opportunity, but just with that wind in right field, hung up. One pitch, and there's one down. Ashton Fisher on for his 6th inning of work, and in that 5th inning, if you're just joining us, 8 batters came up to the plate for Thompson. 3 runs on 5 hits. A lot of small ball variety in that one as well, as nothing was an extra base hit. As this one goes foul, it's 0-1. Mac Michelson's been efficient. Sacrifice bunt, single with a run scored here today, and it's been the bottom of the lineup that has really done the damage here for Thompson. In terms of 6, 7, 8, and 9 batters, 3 runs scored with 2 runs driven in between those 4. Able to get on base. 1-1 pitch. Missing now 2-1. And they've all had a productive out in some capacity, either a sacrifice fly or a sacrifice bunt. So bottom half of the lineup for Nate Solis has been the name of the game right now. And this one called a strike. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch number 66 here for Ashton Fisher. A 2-2 offering. That'll miss for a ball now 3-2 as you see Matt kind of taking a step up almost as he works way ahead in that batter's box before that breaking ball really starts to dance. Payoff pitch. There it is again. It'll be a walk. A first true walk here for Fisher on the mound. He has hit 2 batters. As now it goes to Cooper Larson here, top of the 6th inning. If you're enjoying this broadcast, give us a like. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. As Ashton Fisher works from the stretch, and now it goes to Cooper Larson. Single with a run scored and a run driven in back in the 2nd inning. Here's going to be a runner to second base. The throw not going to be in time on the slide. That's an S&T quick stop stolen base here for Mac Michelson.
Yeah, it was put the steal on all the way on there. That primary lead, he just kept on taking ground on that.
Able to get an extra 90 feet, fueled and fuel fast at S&T Quick Stop in Thompson. So now in scoring position here for Cooper Larson. The 1-0 pitch upcoming. Larson foul tips into the glove of Drew Rodacker. It's 1-1. Hansen at third base with Abernathy at shortstop. Karhoff at second, and Cale Rodacker stands at first base here for the Bulldogs. 1-1 pitch. Fisted foul. It's 1-2. Kilborn at left field with Kyler Fisher in center and Bachmeyer. He's been kept busy in right field here today for Burlington. Cooper Larson choking up on the bat. Michelson stands at second. Fisher looking for his first strikeout of the morning. This will be laced in the air and down for a base hit to the left fielder with Kilborn. Kilborn then bobbles the baseball. Runner's going to come in. The relay not in time. So you get the single, then the error because the runner was stopping at third base and then immediately saw that it got by Kilborn to bring that runner in, and it will be a 4, make that a 5-0 ball game. As it looks like Krogstad will come on and run here for Larson. So Matt comes in to score. Larson gets his second base hit of the contest. A tough one because Nate Solis had the brakes put on there for Mac Michelson, and then Kilborn on that bobble. Immediately, Nate Solis said, get your butt home, and all of a sudden now you got a runner at first base with a new score here at 5-0.
Yeah, good heads-up base running, just the small things that are coming into play.
As you see, Jacob Olsen 0 for 1 today with a sacrifice bunt. Krogstad will come on and run here at first base. And Thompson now with a 5-0 lead as it stands. This will be hit on the ground. That'll eat up Hansen at third base. Hansen picks it up, fires, trying to get it in time. No, not going to be in time. So that'll be an E on the play. Second error of the inning. Krogstad goes to second. Hansen, that just ate him up. It was right there in front of him, but with the drop, allowed the runner to get to first base. Made a good job by Hansen, but just eat him up. So second error of the inning, and now some free outs here with Schumacher at the plate. Schumacher looking to bunt. Reminder, he was about 5 inches, maybe, if that, away from a suicide squeeze up the first base line. So runners at first and second right now here for Thompson. Top of the 6th inning. As the 0-1 pitch. Runners are going to have a double steal to throw. Hansen, it gets by him. Coming up on the way is going to be Krogstad. Here's a barehanded play by Kilborn. Can't make it. So get a stolen base, then another error on the throw. And going through, here is Thompson, and the little things are indeed working for the Tommies as they lead it now 6-0. So Krogstad comes in to score. Olsen goes to second base. That's another S&T quick stop stolen base as it's 6-0 here for Thompson. So run in the second, 3 in the fourth, or excuse me, 3 in the fifth, and 2 runs here in the 6th here for the Tommies. As Schumacher has the 1-2. Runners on a break again, this time for third base. That'll be called a strike to throw down, not going to be in time. So Jacob Olsen able to get to third base as it stands right now. And we'll see a 2-2 count upcoming to Eli Schumacher. Well, Thompson, like blood in the water, they can just smell it right now. They're very aggressive on the base pass.
Yeah, keeping the pressure on right now.
As the 2-2 pitch. That'll run in, miss. Now 3-2. So a fly out by Loyland. Michelson came in with a walk, a stolen base. He came in to score. Larson with a single. 3-2 pitch is going to be hit in the air. That goes to right center field and more towards right. The center fielder will cut the gap off there with Kyler Fisher. It'll be a sacrifice fly in the third run of the game, third run of the inning here for Thompson as they take a 7-0 lead. Schumacher's been really productive at that number 9 spot with 2 runs driven in as Olsen comes in to score, and back to the top of the lineup now here for the Tommies. It's on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, 7-love here for Thompson. Gemmel first pitch swinging, it's 0-1. Thompson, this is what you're, as you said, Brent, earlier, you give Thompson free outs, they normally make you pay, and they did in this situation. There's a towering pop-up, and the left fielder will come on with Kilborn to retire this side. But not before 3 runs come across on just 1 hit. There were 3 errors and nobody left on base. We played 5.5 today on the DHB scoreboard. Thompson leads it by 7.
From On-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle. Trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
As we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com, as we get to our Hunter Insurance Agency bracket update here on YourLiveEvent.com, Chase Miller, Brent Dick with you. Winner of this game will play later tonight, roughly at around 6 o'clock, against the winner of our next contest of Lisbon and Edgeley. Later tonight at 4 o'clock, it's Grafton and Garrison this afternoon in the semifinals. Winner of that automatically goes to the championship roughly at 3:30 on Monday. The loser will play at 1:30 in an elimination game upcoming Monday afternoon. That's a look at your bracket breakdown, brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency with Johnny Jorgensen in Hunter. This is a scalding single along the way. As getting the base hit, making its way through for Burlington will be Kyler Fisher. So Fisher gets aboard with the base hit, and now it goes to Colin Abernathy, who's 0 for 2 today with a couple of pop-outs. A pop-out to Gemmel and a pop-out to Loyland at home on the mound. As this one is called a strike, gets 0-1. Thompson with a couple of 3 runs in the 5th and the 6th, and a run in the 2nd. Big play not going to be in time. Michelson stands in left field with Tice in center. Caden Loyland in right. Eli Schumacher holding on, the runner over at first base. Olsen at second with Thomas Schumacher at shortstop. Gemmel at third, and Dex behind the plate. Avdum here as the pitch will be making its way. This one will miss for a ball. It's now 1-1. Burlington now has 6 outs to work with as it stands. Trying to score 7 runs to at least tie. They got to get something going here. The 1-1. Let me call the strike. It's now 1-2. Pat Adair calling balls and strikes. Eric Olson up the third base side and in the infield, and then Scott Carblum up the first base side here. As this will miss for a ball, it's now 2-2. So got time to enjoy and come out to the ballpark here for 3 more games this afternoon. This will be laced, and that'll go to center, and that will be caught by the center fielder. Nice play by Tice, and there's 1 down. So 1 down here as Owen Hansen now will dig in. Hansen 1 of 2 today with a single back in the 2nd inning. Has one of the 2 hits so far for Burlington against Loyland, and Loyland delivers a strike. It's 0-1. Loyland's been really, really good so far here today for the Thompson Tommies. As runner at first base is Fisher. Here's the pitch for Loyland. Off-speed pitch will miss for a ball. It's now 1-1. As Kyler Fisher takes his leave off of first base, Loyland takes a look back at the runner. This will be a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Ashton Fisher due up next. As they look up, both pitchers now at 80 even for pitch counts. 1-2 on the way from Loyland. This will be laced down the right field line, and that'll be a fair ball. Rounding second on his way to third will be Kyler Fisher, as they're going to wave him on in. Here's the relay throw, and they're trying to go to third base. Not going to be in time. It's an RBI triple for Owen Hansen, and Burlington is on the board. So first run of the game here for Burlington. You hit it down there towards that pesky pool here in Lisbon. And Owen Hansen gets his second hit off of Loyland, and Burlington on the board, down by 6. Foul tip off the glove of Dex. It's 0-1. Not going to get everything back in an inning, but something like that, especially if you can drive him on in, get that second, might lead to a third run here in the inning. The 0-1. That'll work outside for a ball. It's 1-1. So a single, fly out, triple so far here in the 6th for Burlington. The 1-1. We call the strike. It's 1-2. Ashton Fisher 0 for 2 today, looking to put the ball in play and at least have a productive out if you do have an out and drive in that second run. 1-2. This one will get by Dex. Well, don't need to worry about putting the ball in play now to drive in a run, as that will be a wild pitch. Owen Hansen comes in to score. That'll be his team's second run of the contest. And Burlington has taken a 7-run deficit down to 5, taking a bite out of that lead.
Yeah, you know, that last inning they tried to get that run across. Now they're finally able to do it.
2-2 will work for a ball. It's 3-2. As you've seen, 5 runners left on base here for Burlington. They finally get someone to third and bring them on in as well. So the Bulldogs see this at 3-2. Swing and a miss. Loyland with the strikeout. That'll be his 6th. And there's 2 down here in the 6th inning. Starting to play that pitching game as well. Loyland yesterday threw 18 pitches, 87 so far. So he's got 105 pitches here in the tournament, so 30 left before he is officially done. As this one's called a strike to Brady Bachmeyer, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts swinging. And when you're 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, what happens? You take strike 1 and strike 2, and now you're down 0-2. As Loyland rocks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Loyland to retire the side. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors with nobody left on base. But we have a new score on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Thompson 7, Burlington 2, as we head to the 7th inning.
Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore has job openings for the following positions: RN, LPN, CNA, and Activities Assistant. To apply or receive more information, scan the QR code now on screen or call 701-883-5363. That's 701-883-5363 for job opportunities at Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we get to our in-game update, brought to you in part by Bank North, a busy 6th inning. 3 runs for Thompson, 2 runs for Burlington. But Thompson, 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error as it stands, while Burlington, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 3 errors. And for Thompson, it's been the bottom of the lineup that has really been the difference in this game, as the 7, 8, and 9 batters have driven in 3 runs here for the Thompson Tommies. That's our in-game update, brought to you in part by Bank North. Dex Obdam hits it right back up the middle, backhanded there by the second baseman, not going to be in time. That'll be an infield single on the way for Dex as he beat out the throw. A runner will stand at first base. Not a bad job by Carhoff, though, to try to make a play at second base.
Yep, kept the ball in the infield.
As you see, Schumacher hit by a pitch in the 4th with Scott stealing. He's 0 for 2 today, but does have a run driven in back in that 5th inning with the ground out to the 3rd baseman. One of these 4 teams in our morning into early afternoon session is going to win 2 games today, but other 3 teams will be eliminated. So your chances are not great, but just got to win, move on, and see what you can do in the game a little bit later on. As this one misses outside for a ball, it's 1-0. So runner at first base is going to be Dex. This one works outside as R.J. Anderson, comes on for the courtesy runner. So Anderson stands at first base. As this one works for 2-0 count upcoming. As we see this to Schumacher. Schumacher will take a ball outside. As we see 3-0 on the count. So 3 balls, no strikes. As Schumacher will see if he gets the green light or taking all the way. And taking all the way, going to take a strike. It's 3-1. Well, Burlington at least with a little fight there in the 6th inning, but now it's trying to keep this Thompson lineup off the scoreboard after a couple 3 runs in the 5th and 6th. Off-speed pitch, Schumacher hits one off the end of the bat into right center field. The right fielder gets on, and we've said it before, Bachmeier's been kept busy in right field today for out number 1 in the inning.
Yeah, kind of replay of day number 1 out to right field. Seen a lot of activity today.
Tice 1 of 3 with a single in the 2nd with a run scored and a couple of pop-outs. His last 2 times up, one in the 4th to the second baseman, and Karhoff, and then in the 5th to Abernathy over at shortstop. Tommies, they've just left 3 runners on, so they've done a good job of, when the runners have gotten on base, to bring them on in here this morning as we're working our way to the top of the noon hour here in Lisbon from Lisbon Fire Department Field at Sandager Park. Chase Miller, Brent Dick with you here as we have games 9, 10, 11, and 12 today, our final 4-pack here in Lisbon. Oh, run out of the zone for a ball. It's now 1-1. And then tomorrow we'll start our coverage at 1:30 for an elimination game before the championship to follow. Tice ahead on that one. It's 1-2. Double-A state tournament went to Fargo Post 2, defeating West Fargo. I'll find out who's going to win the A in Williston coming up tomorrow, but first you got to get to the championship. And here we'll either crown a champion on Monday or crown a champion on Tuesday. Tice takes a healthy cut. Here's the hit-and-run opportunity. A strikeout and a throw him out. Not sliding was Anderson, and that retires aside. And that's a twin killing brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware. Ashton Fisher gets his first strikeout of the contest, and that is Lamore Hardware double play brought to you in part by Lamore Hardware as they carry your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Go to LamoreHardware.com at your sweet picking section at Lamore Hardware. Was that the shot in the arm here for Burlington as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning? It's still a 5-run lead for Thompson as we make our way to the final 3 outs here for the Bulldogs.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their clothing and footwear department, featuring the brands of Brothers in Arms, Howitzer, Ariat, Cinch, and Twisted X Footwear. Emery Vistos Implement, everything and anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
Lamore Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Head to Lamore Hardware for in-store deals on Milwaukee tools and check out the new M18 Hot Shot Card Jumper Pack. And when you purchase certain Milwaukee M12 tools, receive a 2-amp battery for free. Plus, browse their sweet pickings section. You'll see brand new furniture and decor. Lamore Hardware is your community one-stop shop. For more information, go online to LamoreHardware.com. That's LamoreHardware.com.
As we get to our RBC Riverside Building Center pitching change, you'll have Schumacher go from shortstop to the mound. Gemmel will go to third, and then Loyland will play third base after Gemmel will go from third to shortstop. So just between the shortstop, the third baseman, pitcher, everybody moving around the carousel here, brought to you in part by Riverside Building Center. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes to A.J. Kilborn. 8, 9, and 1 batters due up for Burlington as Loyland 90 pitches, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Those were earned runs as this one is a C&I base hit down the left field line as A.J. Kilborn rounds first, and he'll stay put as Michelson gets the ball in. Burlington gets a leadoff batter aboard here against Schumacher to open up the 7th inning. What Burlington needs now is base runners and then moving the baton down the line about 3-4 batters in a row to get on some way, somehow, as Karhoff will come up to the plate. As Karhoff will see this one here. As this one misses for a ball, it's 1-0. And back to the Rodacker brothers. So you're 8-9, trying to be the table setters here for Burlington. See if he can get on, and Schumacher will see a 6 pitch in relief. So it'll be a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Thompson, the difference in this game really is that 5th and 6th inning as it stands right now, especially the ways they were stealing bases, bunting, doing the little things right. Some in there for a strike. It's now 1-2 as Kilborn stands again at first base. Schumacher looking to close the door here for Thompson. The 1-2 popped up. See if it's playable. Dex giving chase towards the warning track, and then eventually this one nearly hit one of our patrons.
Ducking for cover.
As it was squarely hit on the 3rd row of the bleachers. So that's going to have an indentation for the rest of its eternity. It's now 1-2.
Yeah, that leaves a mark.
About a foot away from hitting someone in the back or the head over there. So everyone looks to be okay on that Olson County foul ball. And we'll do it all over again here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schumacher. Breaking ball. This one will be hitting the air to center field, and Tice had a really good read on it.
Yep.
As there's one down, and Karhoff is retired. Coming up on the post-game show, we'll get to our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge, our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection, and we'll hear from a member of the winning team, so make sure you stay tuned for that coming up on our post-game report, and we'll get you ready for Lisbon and Edgeley to follow. So 1 down, Schumacher with the pitch, towering pop-up. Who's going to call for it? The pitcher does. Schumacher calls everybody out. And Cale Rodacker is retired for the 2nd out of the 7th inning. So now it's down to Drew. Drew is the last hope here for Burlington. He's 0 for 3 today. Did reach base in the 1st back on an error. That's been the only error of the contest here for Thompson. A little bit better baseball in that category after having 5 errors yesterday against Garrison. And this one will work outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Burlington looking to push this one past the noon hour. Thompson looking to shut the door here before it reaches noon. This one's called strike. It's going to try to make a Cinderella reference, but that's midnight. That's a different 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. It's now 1-2. Burlington down to their final strike here on the state tournament. As Burlington hailing from District 2 for Thompson from District 6. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Schumacher against Rodacker. 1-2. Drew hits one in the air. Tice camps underneath it. And this one wraps up today here on YourLiveEvent.com in a game that goes 1 hour and 26 minutes. Thompson wins it 7-2 over Burlington, and in doing so, they will play again later today at around 6 o'clock. Grady Loyland was a really nice performer here just across the board for the Thompson Tommies and what he was able to do on the mound as Burlington is going to come up short and finish their season. So Grady Loyland, 6 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks and 7 strikeouts in 90 pitches. Thompson with the victory here in this one as Burlington, no runs on a hit, no errors, and a runner left on base. Tip of the cap to Burlington as they finish the season 27-12. While for the Thompson Tommies, survive and advance, the name of the game today, and they were able to do so 7-2. We'll get to our post-game show. That's coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore has job openings for the following positions: RN, LPN, CNA, and Activities Assistant. To apply or receive more information, scan the QR code now on screen or call 701-883-5363. That's 701-883-5363 for job opportunities at Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As we come back here on our post-game show, it's now time to take a look at our final stat line here and also get to our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. Really good pitching performance by Mr. Grady Loyland. 6 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 runs that were earned, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. 90 pitches for Loyland, and he has 2 appearances here in the state tournament with 108, so he will have 27 pitches remaining and 1 appearance left here for Grady Loyland in the state tournament here for the Thompson Tommies. He is our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. From there to our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection, and that connection of the game is the bunting, and a good one by Dex Ovdom as well. 2 for 4 at the plate. Ovdom with a really good bunt, small ball variety in the 3rd and 6th innings here for the Thompson Tommies. They did just what they needed to do here, the small things, and bunting is the name of the game sometimes, and they did it really well here today. That's our connection of the game, brought to you in part by Halstead Telephone Company. They can also do the little things for you. Discover local reliability you can trust in rural parts of the Red River Valley. At Halstead Telephone, it's how to connect at halsteadtel.com. Our Agassiz Precision Egg play of the contest will be the double play to end the 2nd. At the plate, Cooper Larson gets the sacrifice fly, which drove in Jeremy Tice, but Kilborn threw to his cutoff man Abernathy, who had Drew Rodacker at home plate. Couldn't get the out there, but he quickly threw it to Hansen and applied the tag to get Caden Loyland out in the 2nd inning. That's our play of the contest, brought to you in part by Agassiz Precision Egg, your local precision planting dealer. Agassiz Precision Egg in Hillsboro. Visit planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. As we go to our Bank North in-game update and recap on our post-game show, Gemmel goes 2 for 4 at the plate with a run driven in. Same for Dex, just without the run driven in, as he goes 2 for 4. Schumacher 0 for 3 with a run driven in. That's Thomas. Jeremy Tice goes 1 of 4 with a run scored. Loyland, that's Caden Loyland, goes 0 for 2. You had Michelson 1 of 2 with 2 runs scored and a walk. Larson 2 for 2 with a run scored and a run driven in. Olsen goes 0 for 2 with a 1 score, and Eli Schumacher goes 1 of 2 with a run scored. Grady Loyland again, 6 innings of work, 90 pitches, 57 for strikes. Thomas Schumacher comes in and closes the door in the 7th with 1 inning, 1 hit. No walks, no strikeouts, no runs against. Cale Rodacker 0 for 3 for Burlington. Drew Rodacker 0 for 4. Fisher would end up being Kyler, 1 of 3 with a run scored. Abernathy goes 0 for 3. Hansen goes 2 for 3 with a run scored and a run driven in. Ashton Fisher goes 0 for 3. Bachmeyer 0 for 3. Kilborn, that's AJ, goes 1 of 1 with a couple of walks, and Wesley Karhoff goes 0 for 2. Ashton Fisher picks up the loss. 90 pitches, 59 for strikes. 7 innings of work in the complete game loss, 9 hits, 7 runs, 4 that were earned, a walk and a strikeout here for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs season comes to a close, while for Thompson, they will await the winner of our next game with Linsman and Edgeley. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from our player of the game. That's coming up next here on your livevent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. ag country.
Hit your finances right out of the park with Olson Accounting in Lisbon. Whether you're a farmer, small business owner, or individual taxpayer, Olson Accounting delivers professional financial services you can count on. Olson Accounting wishes the best to all teams in the State B Legion tournament. Don't strike out with your finances. Step up to the plate with Olson Accounting, located at 210 Main Street in Lisbon, or call 701-683-2700.
As we come back here on our post-game show, join us, our player of the game, that is Grady Loyland. 6 innings of work, 90 pitches, very efficient here, attacking the strike zone throughout the course of the day. As Thompson now officially a top 4 team in the state, would like to keep moving on up with another win here a little bit later on tonight. Grady, just for you, what was working on the mound, getting that fastball, working, finding the strike zone, just kind of what worked for you here early on to go through that game and have 6 quality innings?
Yeah, I like to get first pitch strikes right away. Way more confidence in the count than going down 1-0 or 2-0, and then you can work off speed off of that.
You got a nice play by Olson at second base early in the game, right? He's going out to center field. Looks like it was going to tail away from him. When all of a sudden you see guys like that making plays behind you, what kind of goes through your mind as a pitcher?
Yeah, that's a huge confidence booster. I mean, way easier to pitch with no runners on base, no stress.
Let's go through bottom of the lineup today. Did a really good job for you. 3 runs driven in between Larson and Eli Schumacher. Eli almost had the suicide squeeze hit perfectly, then comes up next pitch and laces one into center field. Just what did Eli do for the club here today, getting a couple runs on and also, getting himself on base a couple times?
Yeah, I mean, Eli's clutch at the bottom of the order. We know that he couldn't quite get that bunt down, but the single up the middle was even bigger.
Grady, for your team, obviously, you got to survive in advance. That's the name of the game right now. So you wait to see who you're going to play. So how do you kill some time here for the next couple hours as you get ready for, the winner of Lisbon and Edgeley a little bit later on tonight?
Yeah, we'll probably go get something to eat and then lay low in the shade probably.
What's the one thing you've enjoyed about the tournament, just the experience so far here, Grady? Obviously, you still want to continue to win and try to get to tomorrow, but what's one thing you've enjoyed about this group of guys this Sunday?
Yeah, I just like being with the guys. I mean, a lot of older kids, but there's also a lot of younger kids. It's great learning from the older kids like Tommy and Jer.
Hey, Grady, congratulations on the win. We'll see you a little bit later on.
Thank you.
Again, Grady Loyland, winner of this one. We'll take a break and continue with more after this.
Let's talk about price. Yeah, we've heard it. Why would I pay more for Polar when Big Wireless is cheaper? Let's break it down. With us, you're not on hold with someone who's 3 states away. Your call goes to Kimberly, or Ashley, or Tamra, someone who lives right here. When your internet's down, we're not mailing you out a box. We're sending a real person, someone that knows your name and probably your dog's name too. So yeah, we're not the cheapest. We're the best experience. Polar Communications.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Those interviews brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. As we get to our bracket breakdown, so Thompson with the 7-2 win, Burlington, the 3rd team that's been eliminated from the tournament. Our next game will feature Lisbon and Edgeley about 25 minutes from now. The winner of that will play Thompson later tonight around 6 o'clock. 4 o'clock will be the semifinal round matchup with Grafton and Garrison. The winner moves to the championship on Monday. Loser will play an elimination game Monday afternoon at 1:30. That's our bracket breakdown, brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. Go to hunterinsuranceagency.com. I'm Chase Miller on behalf of Brent Dick. In a few moments, we'll get to our next game here with Lisbon and Edgeley in another stream link right here on yourlivevent.com.